Welcome to the end of the year finale for The Faithful One. Thank you, Marco, for having me do another episode on here. Today we're talking about altars. That's the theme for this. Everybody's talking about an altar, and I'm going to be talking about Jacob in Genesis 35 when they were traveling to Bethel. So I'm just going to hop right into it. Again, thank you, Marco, for having me to do this here on The Faithful One. Truly is a blessing what you do through here, and give the glory all to God. So let's read. Genesis 35:7. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. So the title of this episode is Altar and a Memorial. The reason I did that is because the verse states, he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him. Nowadays we have memorials, and it's used to signify that somebody was there, like somebody to remember somebody. It's used for that purpose, that same purpose. We see memorials all the time. Driving around, you'll see them in cemeteries, wherever they're at. But they're all used to signify somebody being there or remembering there. So when he built that altar, it was to remember that God appeared unto him. And that's important to remember what God has done for us, because he's done so much for us. He's done more than we could ever ask. In today's reading, I read through like Revelation and stuff, and part of it, there's one verse specifically that really stuck to my heart about how we need to be glorifying God more. We don't glorify him enough for what he's done. I mean, he sent his son for us. Everything that he's done for us, it's more than we could ever ask. I mean, just how much it's hard to express how much God has done for all of us. I'm sure we all have a million things we could say of what God's done for us. Obviously, if you're saved, being saved is going to be the biggest thing God's ever done for us. And he's done it for all of us, not just for certain people. But we need to be remembering God more and glorifying God more. And that was the purpose of this altar. It was to be a memorial. It was to be a remembrance, a sign of God appearing to him while they were traveling to El Bethel from his brother. So he just wanted to build that to have a sign of remembering God. And we can also have like memorials that we even have in our room that we just keep to help us remember something. Like I have some stuff in my room that my grandma gave me a few years ago, and watch that my great grandpa gave to me before he passed away. So that's just one thing that helps me remember him. So when I wear that, every time I look at it, it has his name on it. It says Robert. Every time that I see that, it makes me think of him. Just helps me remember him, which is what that altar was built for. It was built to help remember when God appeared unto him. And these things that we have that we use to remember certain stuff, like as a memorial, they can be little things. Like I have, here, I'll grab it. I have a knife sitting in my room, just sitting over here. It says my name on it. Can't see it, flipped upside down. But when I got it, when we went on vacation to Gatlinburg, I've only gone on 2 vacations in my life, both to Gatlinburg. I have these to remember that. It just helps. I mean, every time I use this to cut open presents for Christmas, cut open other stuff, remember, it reminds me of that vacation I took, and that vacation was fun. It had a lot of fun. And I had some fun memories with my family. So these are just little things that we have in our room that are memorials, that they can remind us of something, even if it's something little like a knife. That's what that altar was for. It was to help remember when God appeared unto him. Thank you, Marco, for having me do another episode on here.